Hello, today we're going to learn about steps, skips, and leaps in music. First of all, steps are really easy. When you move from one note to the next note in the scale, that's called moving stepwise. So from C to D or Do to Re is a step. Skips are when you skip over one note in the scale. So from C to E, which would be Do to Mi, we're skipping over the Re or the D in between. And then third is leaps. Leaps are like a skip that's gone on steroids. So when we go from Do to So, that's a leap because we've skipped several notes. Now when you read them on the staff, it looks a little bit different. For instance, right here is a step from F to G. There's no notes in between. What's a little confusing is you're going from a space to a line. So whenever you go from a space to the very next line, or from a line to the very next space, that's going to be a step. When you go from a line to the next line, that's going to be a skip, because you can't forget there's a space in between. In music and reading the staff, spaces are just as important as lines. The spaces are something. They're a placeholder for a note. So the same would be true if we went from a space to a space. That is also a skip, because we're skipping over this line that's between. Anything larger than that would be a leap. Now, if the notes have heads and stems like these two, you just concentrate on the head of the note. So right here, these two notes, we've got a space to the next line. That is a step. If we go a space to the very next space, that is a skip. And then anything bigger than that would be a leap. So here's a piece from a song. Let's take a look at some of these sections that I've circled. Section number 1, take a look at those three notes and figure out whether those are moving stepwise, skipwise, or by leaps. Pause the video if you need to. If you said by steps, you're correct, because we go from a line to the next space, and then from a space to the next line. Now take a look at number 2. Pause the video if you need to. If you said that this is moving by skips, then you're correct, because from the G here, it skips over the F and goes to the E, line to line. And then it skips down to the C. You can also look at the solfege here. It goes from Mi to Do. It skipped Re. So number 2 is mostly skips. Let's look at a different one. How about number 7? Number 7 is moving by steps. It goes from Do directly up to Re, the next note, and then back down to Do. There are no notes in between those. Let's try one more together here. Take a look at number 8. If you said leap for number 8, then you are correct. Next terms we need to know is ascending and descending, because all these intervals, steps, skips, and leaps can move either ascending, going up, or descending, going down. Let's take a look at an actual song now. Ode to Joy first moves up by steps, so ascending steps, and then it has descending steps. Another song that we played this year was a song called Skips. The first 3 measures of that are made up by ascending skips, skips that are going up. So we go from this F, which is Do, up to mi, which is A. We've skipped a note in between. And then it goes from re to fa, skipping a note in between. And we call those ascending skips because we're going from low to high. So there's some information that you need to know about musical melodies, steps, skips, and leaps, and ascending and descending. Thanks for watching.